more rings because it sounds like this has a good ring to it. We right down the road, they call them blue collar workers, the people that go to work every day, they work in the factories, you know what I mean? Like that hustle and bustle. They know what sweat and manual labor is. And even though they are not supposed to be number one in the AFC North right now, someone will tell me in the comments like, get out of here with all that because we deserve it. I told you we was gonna be the best. Kenny Smallhands is doing big things. You got to talk about the Steelers, man. We got to react to them being number one in the AFC North right now. They shutting a lot of people up. So I'm gonna start this one off. After defeating the Baltimore Ravens 17-10 on Sunday, the Steelers head into the bye week 3-2, number one in their division. Who would have thunk it? Not the dummies, not the Who Days, not the Cleveland Browns. They didn't think that the steel curtain came through. And I'm gonna say Kenny big plays because him and Pickens found a way to win a game. Put their construction boots on. They out there, Carhartt, all of it. You can name everything. They did their thing out there. But for me, I'm a little surprised. I'm a little surprised only because I thought at this point in time it would be the Ravens and the Bengals going back and forth to see who was actually going to take stake in this division. With the Steelers still jabbing here and there. Of course, it is week 5, but you still see how that injury with the Bengals is shaking up. But also, Lamar has his weapons now, and it's still looking like they can't catch the ball. And with Kenny Pickett, the real question was the quarterback. But one thing I do need to say is we always talk about the quarterbacks, we talk about the players on the field. We just finished talking about one of the greatest coaches in the NFL. But we need to start putting Mike T up there. We need to put some respect on this man's name. Because yet, this roster was not as talented, but yet he's still doing magical things. Never had a losing season. Regardless of what you think a losing season is, he still came out and found a way to win more than 8 games. So for me, yes, I'm shocked. And Vaughn, I was wrong. Dave?
I wouldn't say I'm shocked, honestly. Um, their defense is always it was is good to help them win games, and along with a few plays that have been made with Kenny Pickett and George Pickens, they were able to win that game. I definitely think George Pickens needs to be fed some more. Whatever needs to happen, whatever Matt Canada is drawing up in that offense, he needs to make sure that George Pickens is getting at least 10, 15 targets a game. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but that's what needs to happen. Um, but they do need to do something to shore up that offensive line to help Kenny Pickett and to help Najee Harris because Najee Harris hasn't been really been playing to what I was expecting him to play this season so far. Um, and they do have their second best receiver Deontay Johnson, or well, second you can say second best or best receiver Deontay Johnson out right now, so that's also something that's kind of hurting them. I think their tight end was out in that game as well, so he had limited weapons in the game, and they still pulled it out. So, and this is a rivalry. This is a rivalry game, so that game can always go either way, no matter what the team's record are, no matter who's on the roster, it's gonna go either way. So I figured it was going to be a tough battle. I picked the Ravens to win, but I'm not too shocked that they are. I expected the Ravens to be number one right now. I'm not going to lie about that, but I'm not too shocked that the Steelers are right there.
All right. So yeah. So okay. So look, let me start here by saying this: that now it's still early. All right. I still think the Ravens going to pull away with this division. I don't think the Steelers going to compete for the number one spot when in the season end it comes. But look, kudos to the Steelers. One thing about the Steelers, man, you look at everything they've been, how their season's been so far. Like Javon said, they lost Deontay Johnson first game of the season. They got blown out by the 49ers. Then they turned around and play an ugly game against the Cleveland Browns. They pull that game out. And then they go out and play the Texans and lose to the Texans. And after all that, they number one in the division? Like, how is that even possible? The Ravens. So disappointed in the Ravens. I mean, Carl's right. Drop passes. Mark Andrews dropped the touchdown. Zay Flowers dropped 2 wide open passes. I think Bateman dropped the wide open touchdown pass. They were just dropping balls. That's on them. You can say pause all you want. That's on the Ravens. They were just dropping balls all day. all day. That's what they were doing. And then Lamar, you could say it wasn't Lamar's fault, but Lamar had a chance at the end of the game twice. Twice. First of all, your defense made a play, and you get the ball in your own and you get the ball basically in the red zone, and you get 4 cracks at it to score, 3 cracks, as I say, and then you throw a bad fade pass to OBJ. I listened to the press conference. My man Lamar said it just like we didn't click or connect, whatever. Nah, bro, that was a bad pass. You threw it in the inside. That was a fade. Put it on the outside. You threw it in the inside, and it turned into an interception. And then he turned around the next drive. Granted, the tackle, the right tackle was terrible. It was terrible. I mean, he did a terrible job blocking, and then strip fumble. But Lamar Jackson, your pocket awareness got to be better. Same thing we talk about Sam Howell all the time. Pocket awareness got to be better. Lamar Jackson pocket awareness sometimes be throwing me off. Right? That's still defense, right? But no, I got you. Spread the teams. You're right. So yeah, Lamar Jackson got to do better. He fumbled twice. 2 turnovers back to back on 2 drives. That he really caused him the game. He really caused him the game. But will they bounce back? Yes. I mean, the Ravens going to win this division. I'm not even worried about that. The Steelers are up right now, but I mean, I don't have faith in the Steelers. The Steelers are disappointed. Let me say that. The defense pretty okay, but the defense they show signs of dominance, but they began ran up too. The defense doesn't look as sharp as I thought it would. I know Vaughn said they're gonna be a #1 defense in the NFL. I don't see it. I do see TJ Watt being the best defensive player. I see that, but I don't see the team collectively playing great defensively. In the offense, do you want me to give you start with the offense? 3rd worst offense in the NFL. 3rd worst. We talking about yardage and points per game. The only 2 teams that score less points than the Steelers right now are the trash. Sorry, man. Are Mac and Cheese and the Patriots, and Danny Dimes and the Giants. I mean, 2 teams you don't want to pick yourself with right now. 2
Danny
teams.
Nichols.
Danny Nichols. What do you want to call him? Those
Daniel Jones. He don't get no nickname.
no Nichols, no nickname. The only 2 teams that the Steelers are better than offensively right now. So I'm disappointed. Yes, they're missing Deontay Johnson. Who else? I mean, almost everybody's hurt in the NFL right now. I mean, people are missing players like crazy. You got the Cowboys missing Trayvon Diggs. You see them crying about Trayvon Diggs? No.
They're missing Hart, too.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
They still got to show up and perform at the end of the day. So Mike Tomlin is doing his thing, though. One thing the Steelers are doing when the game is close, they're finishing their games. Something the Ravens are not doing. It's the 2nd game I've seen this year. No matter who the opponent is, the Ravens fumbled literally the ball, the bag at the end of the game, the Colts game, and the Ravens and the Steelers game. Lamar, you gotta do better, but I think they'll bounce back.
Yeah, I think the only thing I disagree with is the Trayvon Diggs thing. They are definitely not happy that he's gone because it showed. It showed.
Look, you don't really hear Tomo saying, "Man, we ain't got Diggs." He's like, "Man, we got to do better."
We ain't got no heart. Forget that. We ain't no heart right now.
But I got Micah.
We ain't got no heart right now. Look, Mike Tomlin. This is one of them moments where you need Mike Tomlin because Mike Tomlin reminds me of this battle rapper. Right, every year he show up and he be like, "Once again, I'm here in another coach's state, on another coach's field, in another coach's face."
Okay,
and they just make something happen, man.
Yeah. I think he gets his credit, though. I think that's the only thing. I think he gets his credit. People know that he's one of the best coaches in the league.
Yeah. Real quick, to Javon comment. Sorry, Dave. Joe, stop it. Dallas took even. Did I say I say nothing about the impact it made, right? I said y'all ain't crying about it. Y'all ain't saying, "Oh, we missed Trayvon Diggs." Oh my gosh, man, get over it, man, and get to work. You still got Michael Parsons. You still got George Pickens, who you said is going to be one of the best receivers in the league. You still got Kenny Pickett, supposed to take a huge leap. And you still got Najee Harris, who you have been babbling about all offseason about. Now, I know you ain't got an offensive line, but you knew that going into the season, and you still talk. So we don't want to hear no excuses from nobody. Unless you're missing your quarterback, then I understand. But if your quarterback is there, you better win these games. But you are winning these games. You lead the division, so I guess.
I told y'all, look. If y'all haven't been keeping up with the show, man, make sure y'all go back and check out some episodes. Microphone Dave. You got some competition with Headphone Joe, man. I'm telling you, man. He is up. He is turned today.
Shout out to my bro.
Nah, first,
I see you.
remember microphone Dave used to be chill.
No, voice memo Dave.
Then
Man.
that's what it is. That's what it is.
You right. You right. I stand corrected in that. You know.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.